What's good, everybody? This is Decoy from Got Beef, just addressing a video that was a response to Got Beef by Zoned Out, addressing me and Got Beef, obviously. Look, I just want to get straight into it, man. I want to be very real about it. The video wasn't really all that. There were some truths and untruths in the video. But I just want to say the first thing that Zoned Out touches on is a rumor that we hear a lot about Zoned Out possibly getting bashed in front of the first Got Beef event by Cursor and his crew. A lot of people ask me frequently whether that's true or not. I just want to say I want to be very real about it. No, it's not. There was a little bit of an altercation out the front of the event. It got a little bit heated, but it didn't amount to a scrap or a brawl or anything like that. So no, that is untrue. The second thing that Zoned Out goes into is he addresses me in the video. I can't really remember what name he called me, but I know it wasn't a good one. I can tell he's very salty towards myself and Got Beef. But the first thing he goes into is making a statement saying that a week before the battle, despite the fact that I'd promised to cover his flights, that I called him and asked him if he was coming down and he was paying for his flights. Look, I feel like it's my responsibility to respond to that, and the God's honest truth is, no, that is not the case at all. Basically what happened is I put some messages out to the Got Beef fans and the Australian hip-hop community, who I felt were probably fans of the Cursor and Zoned Out battle, asking them if they could make any donations or if they wanted to sponsor Zoned Out by way of paying for his flight so that he could make it to the second Got Beef event. When Zoned Out read these posts that I made, he felt kind of like I shouldn't have done that. He felt like I'd exposed his financial situation and that really wasn't cool of me. And look, I'm willing to admit maybe I really should have hit him up before doing that. I'll be dead honest. Nevertheless, I think if you're going to be a man about something, you can talk it out with somebody. You know what I mean? I don't think it really warranted not answering my calls and not responding to me online. I think we could have talked about it and we could have patched this up and we could have possibly rescheduled the battle or whatever. You know what I mean? It didn't have to go the way it went. But after constantly trying to call Zoned Out, we had no success. I definitely didn't. I had no success. But the truth is, Greeley was working with Got Beef at the time and he was willing to pay Zoned Out's flights in the end. I called Keynote about that and I let Keynote know, look, Zoned Out's flights are covered, all he's got to do is hop on a plane. I've got it covered for him. And then Keynote let me know at that time that Zoned Out really wasn't happy with me, kind of butthurt about me putting the messages out there regarding his financial situation and people possibly sponsoring him. I mean, I'll buy that to an extent, you know what I mean? But I also feel like if you're going to be a fucking man about something, you talk it out with the person that you've got a problem with and you come up with a solution, you know what I mean? Especially if you care about the fans and yourself as an MC. You know, you definitely rise to the occasion. I feel like that was a fail. Keynote himself was in a financial situation where he couldn't really make the event, the second event, but between me and Keynote, for the fans, we really wanted the battle to happen, so we were trying to get sponsors and also reach out to fans much in the same way we did for Zoned Out to a lesser extent, and tried to get Keynote's flights covered. And the truth is, just over a week before the battle, I tried to call Keynote and his phone was off for 5 days straight. He'd gone away somewhere just over a week before the battle and I could not get in touch with the dude. And when I eventually did get in touch with him, we kind of butted heads a little bit and we had one final phone call, which was a bit of a tiff between me and Keynote. And then after that, the only thing I ever heard after that was that Keynote and Zoned Out didn't show up to the Got Beef event to teach me some kind of lesson. That's what I heard in the end. I've even read an email, I'm not going to say who by, but it's an email that Keynote addressed to a particular individual, and I read the email and that's basically what was said. So I don't really know what that was about, but it really just resulted in the fans being let down and everybody could have handled it better, you know what I mean? Myself included. I mean, we all could have just handled this situation a lot better. I feel like Zoned Out really should have been a man about shit and spoken about it with me. I think it's really childish to not be picking up your phone, not discussing things, not trying to straighten shit out. I think as grown individuals, you need to have that life skill to be able to talk things out and try and sort out situations. And that was a definite failure. But anyway, I want you guys to know that I don't think Zoned Out and Keno would battle for the God Beef League. I think they're still very bitter and salty for multiple reasons. But I would never stop them from battling in my league. I want you to know that for the fans, I would definitely let them come back and put on a show for you. I don't think it's going to happen, but I've definitely discussed it. I've even spoken to Cursor's management about a possible rematch between Zoned Out and Cursor. Obviously, the battle was very successful, and Zoned Out and Cursor got a lot out of that battle. So I'm sure you would all love to see a rematch. It may or may not happen. But my real points of this video, in short, was no, Zoned Out did not get bashed in front of the first God Beef event, in front of the venue. That never happened. It is not true that I failed to pay for Zoned Out's flights. In fact, Greeley was 100% willing to cover them. I'll give him that much. He was working for God Beef at the time, and he was 100% willing to get Zoned Out on a plane to Adelaide. And obviously between me and Keno, I mean, I haven't been able to speak to the dude since the event. I would love to think we could possibly even straighten things out about what happened during that period of time, but that's really on the both of us. I tried to reach out to him once, and it was definitely with failure. So anyway, cheers for supporting God Beef and any of the battles. Some big announcements soon that I will put on the God Beef channel, youtube.com/GodBeefBattles. Make sure you subscribe to this channel too, because I put my music on here, I put little blogs on here, and I do silly shit on here too. So anyway, just know I'm definitely looking out for the fans, and I would definitely, regardless of any beef between me, Zoned Out, and Keno, I would definitely not stop them from battling. I would definitely let them battle for the fans. I think that's more important and bigger than us as individuals. So that's that. That's my response video. Everybody take care and keep supporting God Beef, man. I appreciate it. Peace.